Secondly, in your pitch, you're gonna have pitches. So you're gonna have high pitch, low pitch, and you might know it as tonality. And it's very, very, very important to pay attention to also the way your tonality sounds. Because one thing is for sure, is that when you go into a pitch, not everyone is gonna be on the same rhythm as you. You need to kind of get yourself back to that baseline. And what I mean by baseline is because if you've ever like gone into a pitch where maybe you didn't have the best of news before you went into the pitch, you're going into it with that tonality of frustration. Or like if you're in a rush, or if you're behind, or if you're nervous, you're going into it with that tonality. And it's not just the words you say that give it off. It's not just your body language. Really, a lot of it has to do with the rhythm of your tonality. It radiates the emotion that you are actually feeling. And that's why oftentimes, like if you ever ask somebody like, hey man, are you mad? Because you sound like you're mad, right? Like you could tell, like if you're married or you got a boyfriend, girlfriend, or just, you know, any at all, like you could tell when someone's kind of upset or frustrated, or, you know, like if they're happy, they're in a good mood, you could tell by the tonality, regardless of the words that they're saying. So pay attention to that, because when you come in with a baseline, you can actually start your pitch off or your message off just flat. So you want to be kind of slow, because what you're doing is you're getting reactions from them first. And you might have heard me in previous content before where I talk about pacing. Pacing is important because you need to be at the pace of them. They're on a particular rhythm themselves. And when I say them, is I'm talking about our prospects. So you don't know what emotion they're currently in. So for you to come in with a hyper, like, you know, optimistic tone, and for all you know, they could have had a real bad day at work. And so that's the last thing that they want to hear, right? You ever feel that way? Like you ever search for music, like on the radio, or you're going through kind of like your playlist? The reason why you flip songs or you pass up songs that you would normally listen to is because maybe you're just not in that mood. You're not in that zone. And there's a particular zone that you need to find out that they're in, because pacing is all about figuring out their pace, controlling the pace, and then taking over their pace. Because what will happen soon is that when you figure out their pace, whether it's if they are in a good mood or happy and optimistic, then go ahead and match that. That's fine. Then go into it and just match their rhythm, right? Because what do people like? They like people who are like themselves. This will subconsciously create rapport, and the science behind it is that you're gonna grab their attention easier. Because if they were optimistic, they're happy, they're outgoing, they're energetic, and you came in monotone and super slow, they're gonna wanna change you. They're gonna wanna move on because you're not on their rhythm. So pay attention to the way sound is.